In this tutorial, we'll learn how to implement and utilize scripts, allowing us to greatly increase the capabilities of our custom content templates with scripted content. This example will focus on a very specific scenario, highlighting this functionality. However, it's only a small sample of its overall capabilities, just to give you a feel for what it can do. So what we've got on screen at the moment is our current content page front end, following on from the previous tutorials. Now, in this particular example, and to showcase the use of scripts, what we're going to do is initially hide this additional details section here. We're going to create an additional button right underneath where this description is located. And then we're going to implement a script which changes the isHidden class of this particular section. And then we're going to link that script to the button. So the end result of this is we're going to end up with a button here which will show us this additional text when it's clicked. So the first thing I'm going to do is navigate back to the specification of my content template. And very specific to this example, I'm going to add an additional class to some of our HTML. And what I'm going to do here is just put the isHidden class. And that will ensure that that particular section is not visible by default. I'm just going to click Save and continue Edit, and we'll have a look at that on the actual content page itself to make sure that that's worked. I need to make sure that I click Save and Continue on both the content template itself and the content page, so that it's using the updated content template. And then refreshing the actual content page front end, you can see that that section is now hidden. The next thing I'm going to do is to add some boilerplate code for a button. So again, this is very specific to this example. We're going to add code to the HTML markup section here, meaning a button is shown. Now I've got some code already available, so I'm just going to copy and paste that. And then again, we'll check this just by clicking Save. Clicking Save on the content template and the content page, and then refreshing. And then there we can see our button has now been created as well. Now this, of course, is all just setup. The main thing we're going to cover here is how we utilize scripts. So again, if I go back to my custom content template, and we're going to go across to the third tab here, the scripts tab. And what you'll find is that there's a few in here which are available by default that are used in some of the other content templates. And this section here will primarily be used if we want to create scripts which are able to be utilized on multiple custom content templates. So basically, we're very easily able to reuse the code that's in these particular scripts. It's worth noting that scripts can also be added directly to the HTML markup section. However, if you do intend to use a script multiple times, it makes more sense to create a separate reusable script. I'm going to click Add to create a new script. Input a name. And then input the content of our particular script. Now, again, this is very specific to our scenario. So just to give you an overview of what this is actually doing. So the code snippet is targeting two specific page elements. We've got the button, which in this case is renamed Reveal Section Button. And we've got the section of the page, the currently hidden section that we did a few minutes ago, which is this additional section. Bear in mind that these names here must match the HTML markup code exactly. So what this script is doing, it means that when the button is clicked, the isHidden class, which is on our section, which we added a few minutes ago, is removed from the code, meaning that it will then be visible. So therefore, what it means is when we click the button, we see that additional text and those images. So this is one small example of the capabilities of scripting. However, its true possibilities are pretty much endless. This, of course, just aims to be primarily to show you how to use the custom content template functionality. So with that input, we'll click on Create. That's created our new sample script. And then what we need to do is to make sure that this particular script can be utilized within a particular custom content template. We do this by utilizing the token. So I can click Copy to get that token, and then just put it into the top of our HTML markup section, just to show that that can be utilized in this particular content template. And then for absolute clarity, just to make sure we know, I said that we need to make sure that in this particular script and in other ones you're likely to write, we need to make sure that what we're referencing in the script is available in our actual HTML markup. So we've got reveal section button, which is the button name, and additional section. Reveal section button, and then additional section. So I'm going to save the content template, save the content page to make sure it refreshes, and then refresh the actual front end. So that should now all be in place. So when we click on our Show Additional Data button, you can see that the page moves down as we've now unhidden that particular section. We've removed that particular class from the code, so that's now visible.